It's Wednesday. It's hump day. It's change in the energy of the week. And my dishwasher's going up because I'm sitting in the kitchen. Of course, this is like the moment, right, that everything wants to just go. No, I was sitting here and just responding to so many inquiries for different things and thinking about where the last 100+ days has taken me, how so much has shifted, so much has developed. And I was just thinking about, isn't that the case for everybody? Our lives are always shifting. Our lives are always developing. And sometimes we don't understand, actually most of the time, we don't understand the path that we're on. We want so badly to have the steps laid out in front of us. We want so badly for ourselves to just know moment by moment, like to just have that plan. And I love to plan things. I do. I need a plan. That's exactly how I operate. Like I have those like goals, those set points that I'm looking for. But at the same time, there's so much that we're not in control of. And this year and last year, as many as can probably contest to, it's been a time of really being aware that we don't have the answers to everything. We don't know where the hell our lives are going in any given moment. We can be shifted by outside influences constantly. Which brings me to the point of passion, commitment, and betweeners. And this is one of those things. I was following somebody that I love out here on Facebook, a motivational speaker, and he was talking about passion and motivation. And I was reading through his comments and everything, and people were saying, do you have to cuss so much? Do you have to yell at your audience? Do you have to be, I don't relate that to passion. And I know I get told all the time that I use the F word all too much. I try my hardest not to say fuck too much, but I do. I love the word fuck. So there you go. All right. This video is not going to be marketed. I can't put the promo on it. Oh, well. Oh, well. There is passion in our lives, and we have to tap into that. And we each tap into passion in different ways. And we get to tap into passion with our work, with our health, with our spirituality, with our relationships, with love. And when we don't have that passion, and here's what a lot of people are suffering from, is a lack of passion to life. And then we sit around and we wonder, why? Why am I not happy? Why do I not feel connected? Why do I not feel, like there's purpose to life? And it's because you're lacking passion, or you're scared to let your passion out. You're scared that maybe if I get a little passionate, however that looks for me, that the outside world's not going to handle it so well. And what is passion? Passion is commitment. It's commitment to self first. It's commitment to that higher state of being, knowing that there is a purpose in our life, that there is a movement forward. We have to get committed to that. Well, commitment does not mean wishy-washy bullshit stuff, okay? That means that we have to script down on the things that we know that we want, on who we are. We have to clarify and get very real with ourselves. What is this thing called me? What makes me happy? What is the direction that I want my life to go? And we have to really get in there and get committed to that. And here's the thing. If we're committing to a bunch of stuff, then that means that all of that just kind of the waters get murky if we're overcommitting. And, as a mom of 7, I definitely am guilty of the overcommitment bracket. I used to be more guilty of it. I remember in times past when everybody would be like, oh, can you babysit my kids for me? I mean, you already have so many. What's one more, right? And I used to feel guilty if I didn't tell my friend, yeah, I can watch your kid for a couple hours so that you can do the housework that you need, so that you can have a moment with your husband, so that you can, go get your nails done. I would feel bad about it. So I would commit. And what that did was it exhausted me. And that's what overcommitment does. Overcommitment exhausts us, and it creates a murkiness in our lives, in our energy, in our boundaries, and it dilutes the clarity that we're needing. So how are we going to be passionate if we don't have clarity, right? Can't be passionate about everything. Right? That's kind of like the person who will just believe anything and fall for everything, and they have no direction. They're not strong in who they are. And at the end of the day, what we have to do is we have to be strong in who we are. So how does that lead to this thing called betweeners? And originally I was going to write an article into A Conscious Coffee on betweeners and just kind of designate it to that. But then passion and commitment came into play, and I realized, hey, this all goes together. So betweeners, what is a betweener? to me, and I've had this term for many, many years, and I recognize different relationships as betweener relationships. And in the relationship bracket, there's sometimes we end up married to a betweener. Sometimes we end up dating a betweener for a long time. Sometimes it's just a flash in the pan relationship, date for a few months, 5-6 months, and poof, it's gone. And it's not any skin off of our back. It's not a big issue at all. Between relationships are those relationships that, guess what? We're not passionate about and we're not committed to. And that's what makes a between relationship. And that's how you have to know. Yesterday I was writing an article on, becoming one and what that really means in this past life experience that I have with my partner, and just this beauty and this connection and this commitment that I feel. And it is something that I am recognizing almost on a moment by moment basis that I've never experienced this depth before. I've never experienced this level of commitment before. I've never experienced this level of passion before. And it's not the passion all the time, although we have our moments. But there is this passion, there's this hunger, there's desire, there's this connection. And it is far above anything else in my past experiences. I've had some beautiful fucking moments with other people. And I can look back and I can go, oh, look at this. This is how this was and what it taught me, what it brought up in me. But all of this is between relationships. They are educators at a different level, awakening relationships. They are relationships that bring up different lessons that we need to learn so that we can call in the relationship that we truly want, that we are supposed to be connected to, where we can actually get into commitment. But how do we commit? How do we know that we are not in a between relationship? Well, like yesterday's article, it comes back to intuition, right? And where does intuition come from? Getting real with ourselves, reducing the armor that we carry, just getting vulnerable with self, and coming into those moments where we go, wow, there's something that's, doesn't feel right, or there is something that feels fucking phenomenal here. We block ourselves from those. We have red flags waving in front of our face in relationship, in our jobs, in the places that we choose to live, in things that we're doing with our health, in our moment-to-moment things that we choose. And we go, that doesn't really make me feel good. But hey, even though there's a red flag flying in front of my face right now, logically this is this or that. And we make these reasons, excuses up as to why we need to hold, why we need to just press forward on those. It's all between stuff, okay? We can get a little bit more when we look at work. We understand that, okay, come out of college, we have this education, right? But we really don't know anything, right? We don't understand the workforce. We don't understand how life is. We don't understand adulting, right? So think of it like this. If you're coming out of college and you get your first job, and you know what? Yeah, it's a great job, but it's going to be more low end, right? It's that beginner level. And we have to educate ourselves. We get in and we understand that this is a stepping stone. It's a between job. So maybe we got the education to become this. Maybe we have that set point of like, this is what I'm going for. This is my goals. This is my desire to become blah, blah, blah. But we understand that we don't just get to go from school to this position, right? There's a lot of actual hands-on, on the field learning that we have to do, understanding growth, development of the mind, the emotion, potentially the physical, our understanding our relationship to our work. So we get that. But why is it that we think that anything else in this world is any different than that? We kind of look down on between relationships because we think, oh, every relationship needs to be the one. And that's because we're looking for the one. And so we go in with, of course, the best intent of this is going to be the relationship. Or maybe if you're like me, you just get real. And I pretty much admit on the front side, this is just a between relationship. Don't go there with me. Like, I'm not going there. I feel certain things, but I don't feel certain things. So the more you can get into those real states, the less pain you actually have on the emotional mental front. So why is it that we just tend to look at those relationships and go, oh no, I'm going to sell out here. Always selling out, always putting our eggs into one basket, even though there are flags waving left and right in front of our face telling us something's just not right. Typically, it's not big flags. Typically, it's not these things that make us go, oh, I'm so terrified of this relationship, or that person seems like a really bad person or something like that. No, we're not going to intentionally get into a relationship with a bad person, right? But there are things that come up that make us go, I don't know. I don't know if I can do that long term. We just are so off base. There's just not that bonding. There's just not that connection there. There's not that solidness. And if we're going to be passionate about something, and if we're going to be committed to something, well, then we have to have solidness there, right? There has to be that foundation, that connection on multiple levels. It can't just be a sexual thing. It can't just be a spiritual thing. It can't just be a, oh, we eel-like thing, or, or whatever it is, or, oh, they have the package of the physical exterior that I like. Well, that can go away, right? It has to be made up of multiple things. We have to have those pillars of stability in the relationship. And the more pillars we have, then the more we have where we are really caught into the, hey, this is where I can put my attention. Well, that's commitment, right? We're not going to do that with a between relationship. And how's it possible to really get passionate? Passionate, because what is passion? Passion means I'm sold out to this. Passion means my heart and soul is just thriving, is ignited from this, whether that's a job or our health or spirituality or our significant other. It doesn't much matter. When we have passion towards something, it means that we are sold out to it. And passion's only going to come when we're committed. And passion's only going to come, and the commitment's only going to come when we actually feel it here at our core. And so I'm going to the heart for the core, because the heart is our core. And we ignore it. We push it to the side and we go, no. Your heart's not going to lead you wrong. Your heart is definitely going to put you in the right direction. It's understanding that GPS system that is toward the right person, the right career, the right health plan, the right place to live, the right choices in the moment by moment situation. So, tweeners, whether it's your job, whether it's a lover, doesn't much matter. Recognize them. Get real with yourself. Pay attention to, does something feel off? Doesn't mean that you have to dump them, okay? Doesn't mean that you're a bad person for hanging with a tweener for a little bit and learning what you need to from that tween relationship with whatever it is. Get the education. Just recognize it as such. Be real with yourself. I'm educating myself. Right now, I'm in the school of fill in the blank, the school of relationship, the school of my work, the school of my health, the school of whatever it is. Because that's what a tween relationship is with whatever it is. And that's how you build your passion. That's how you build your commitment. Because if you're committing to just anything, if you're just passionate about anything, well, then you're just going to fall for anything. And you're not right at your core with who you are. There's no self-love. There's no self-commitment to self. Okay? And that's where you have to get to. You have to learn who you are to step forward. You have to breathe into those moments and become passionate about your desires. Become passionate about the paths that you are feeling really called to. And stop disregarding the things that really draw you in. Because the things that your heart is drawing you toward, those are the things that you're going to follow. You know what? That just made me think of something. And I'm going to take you through my house here. My messy house. I'm in the process of moving. And my house is getting messier by the moment. But if we go up the staircase, hold up. Hi, kitty, kitty. All right, so here on my wall, see that? All right, this says, there are many things in life that will catch your eye, but only a few that will catch your heart. Pursue those. And that's the message of the day. Pursue the things of your heart, not just the things that catch your eye. Love the things that catch your eye. Learn from the things that catch your eye. But pursue, with passion and commitment, the things that catch your heart. Okay, so on that note, what you will be seeing coming out later today, and my awesome ninja, you don't know about this yet, so here you go. Here's where we're going, ladies. All right. Ladies, we are going to be relaunching Manifest Your Man, an amazing, amazing course that I put out, I believe it was 2 years ago. And so I am going to bring that back. We are going to update it. We are going to get in there. And because I am in such a lovey-dovey position and just feeling so connected and committed to my significant other, my awesome man, I want to bless other ladies out there with that opportunity to call in that soul-based relationship, that dynamic, heartfelt relationship. How do you do it? What is it that we as women have to do to call in that relationship? Well, I have the course for you. Look for the revised version, the updated, the live stream that will be happening here on Facebook in the month of February. Yes, it's going to happen probably in the next couple weeks. So get ready to grab a hold of your ticket to join in Manifest Your Man, which will be launching this week. I love you guys. I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Bye, everybody.